So here's our problem. Find all real solutions of 2x squared plus 11x minus 13. The first thing you should notice is that your highest exponent is 2. So this lets you know that this is a quadratic equation. And with quadratic equations, you have 5 different ways you can go about actually getting the solutions. So if they don't specify what method to use, then the easiest thing for you to do is to use the quadratic formula. So you need to make sure you can identify each of the corresponding parts, and this is based upon standard form of a quadratic. It's ax squared, so whatever number is in front of the x squared term represents a, plus bx, whatever number is in front of the x represents the b value, plus c, that's whatever the constant is in the problem, is equal to 0. So our equation is already set up in standard form, so we just need to plug our values in. Our b value is 11, and there's a negative in the problem. Under our radical sign, we'll plug in 11 to square it. Our a value is 2. Our c value is negative 13. And in our denominator, our a value once again is 2. So we start simplifying under that radical sign. 11 squared is 121. We have a negative 4 times 2 is going to give us 8. Then we have 8 times 13. And then our denominator is going to be 4. Here, this is a plus because the negative 4 times a negative 13 is going to give us a positive value. And then we need to actually multiply 8 times 13 together. We end up with 104. So negative 11 plus or minus the square root and 121 plus 104 gives us 225. That's divided by 4. 225 is a perfect square. So if we take the square root of 225, we end up with 15. So you have a negative 11 plus or minus 15, and the radical sign is gone. Square root of 225 is just 15. This gives us 4. Now we can come up with our 2 answers. So one answer you get from the addition part, negative 11 plus 15 divided by 4. So negative 11 plus 15 is going to give us 4, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 1 is one of our solutions. Your other solution you get from the subtraction part, negative 11 minus 15 over 4. So this is going to give us a negative 26 over 4. We can reduce that numerator and that denominator by 2 to get a negative 13 over 2. So once again, our highest exponent was 2, so we know it's quadratic. There are 5 different ways to solve quadratics, but only 2 of these methods work all the time. So the easiest method that works all the time is the quadratic formula. You do have to memorize that formula. The a value is the coefficient of x squared. The b value is the coefficient of x. The c value is your constant. And your problem has to be set equal to 0 to pick out that a, b, and c.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.